Hi, I'm Sean Reardon, Mayor of Newburyport, and welcome to the latest edition of the Mayor's Corner. So last night was a big night here in Newburyport. Yesterday was the big debt exclusion vote. That happened in all of our polling places across the city. This was the special election around the Recreation and Youth Services debt exclusion. So this was actually how we're going to pay for it, right? We decided to go out for a debt exclusion. We worked towards this since the day one of myself taking office, right? We worked on a plan. We got to construction document phase, and now we come with a fully developed plan. We go out to bid. We have a bid, and now we have to decide if we're going to move forward with this project. So this is what the vote was for yesterday. We had 4,166 people cast votes yesterday, which I was happy to see. And 61% of them voted yes. So a pretty resounding statement from the community. I'm glad we're moving forward. Again, I've put a lot into this project. My team has put a lot into this project. The city has put a lot into this project. I want to just thank real quick that there was a citizen ballot committee, a yes committee that came together. Andrea Wheatman and Stacy McMillan, oh my goodness, just two absolute rock stars. And working right along with them, I'll highlight Beth Track, Lisa Smith, and Brian Callahan, and a host of others around the city worked about getting the message out, setting up meet and greets, standouts, signs. Again, I can't tell you how many people I've been able to stand in front of these past few weeks and talk about this project. So it was definitely a team effort. And so again, I want to thank all those efforts. And like I said, this was a good night for Newburyport, I would say, moving forward. I'm also very aware that 39% of the people didn't want to move forward with this project, and I'm sure everyone had various reasons. I am certainly concerned with affordability in Newburyport right now. We're about to get into the budget season, and for me and for my team in the city, this was a highly rated project, and I think we'll get to talk about priorities and projects more once we get into the capital improvement plan. But again, for me, like, the city was able to check off a really important piece that we've been working on a long time that's going to impact thousands of residents for generations to come, and that's really exciting. So again, that kind of leads me into budget season. I'm excited to, actually, before I talk about budget though, I will just say, so people are probably wondering, like, what happens next with the Recreation Youth Services Center. So the first thing, it takes 10 days to certify the vote. So once the vote is completely certified, after those 10 days, we're already interviewing for our owner's project manager. So those interviews are happening. What else do we have to do? We have to begin the process of moving parks to DPS. That's one of the first things we're going to have to do, and then we'll work with finance about accessing some of this money so we can start moving forward on those things. But things will move pretty quickly. I think I said this at the beginning. Like, in the bid itself, it is stated that the project will be completed in 16 months. So that's kind of where our timeline is right now, and I think once that vote is certified, we're going to be able to move forward on that. So all really exciting. I'm really happy for Andy Egmont and her team. Andy's been with the city for just about 20 years now, started as a one-woman show, now has a great staff who, without having this building these last 4 years, has really done an amazing effort keeping this department alive, keeping the services and programs that they provide alive. And now, now we're going to be able to give them a space to do even more for families and for everyone here in the city around youth and adult recreation as well. So again, just it was a long road, and like I said, it's always good to get those things accomplished. And like I said, it was a team effort, and again, I'm just really excited. So thank you again, and just thank you everyone who voted yesterday. For a guy who won his first election by a pretty slim margin, every vote does matter. And especially for special elections, when it's not in November, and you've got to get all that information and then make a decision and go out and vote. I was thrilled that over 4,000 people decided to take time out of their day and vote on this very important issue. So again, thank you. Budget is next, and so budget is officially submitted to City Council. This is the FY26 budget. Along with that is our capital improvement plan. That's a 5-year plan. The Budget and Finance Subcommittee, chaired by Ward 1 Councilor Sharif Zeed, We'll put together a budget hearing schedule. That's not quite finalized yet, I don't believe. I believe they're going to try to take up the CIP first, and then the budget hearings around individual departments should start around the last week in May. And again, the goal here is to work through that budget hearing process, and then the City Council will take a vote on it sometime before the end of June. So this is a long process. It's a long process for the council. It's a long process for city staff as well. I was really thankful for all the hard work that went into forming and putting together the budget. I've said all along this is a difficult budget year. We're looking for a 3.6 increase from last year. And I think I've mentioned we've had some really, really intense pressures on the budget this year, a 14.8% increase in health insurance, which was like a little less than a $2 million increase that was kind of dropped in the middle of our budget. So if you take that out, I mean, we're really only increasing the budget by 1.6%. So again, a very reasonable and modest increase this year, especially with all the contracts that we've negotiated as well. So I like where we landed. I hope the City Council likes where we landed as well, but it'll be interesting to get their feedback. The capital improvement plan, I'm really excited to talk about because it's brand new. If you remember last year the council didn't approve the capital improvement plan, so we took that feedback from various councilors and we went back to work, and Ethan Manning and Kim Turner came out with a completely brand new capital improvement plan, and I think it's a more realistic and prioritized look at what the next 5 years will look like, and it also gives you a little preview of what the following 5 years will look like. You know, it's a 5-year plan, but we have projects in there that's not going to be worked on these 5 years, but they could come in the next 5 years. So again, city staff is excited to talk about these. They all liked the new process as well as far as putting the CIP together. I think it's a lot clearer. We have metrics that we're using now, so you get an actual score for each of these projects, and that's how we're prioritizing them. And again, I mentioned that with the rec center. The rec center scored very high in this new assessment around prioritizing projects. So that was validating. And we've also had a lot of water and sewer projects that we just went through a evaluation with a third-party consultant on, and that validated a lot of the scoring as well. So we're going to talk about all of that once we get into the CIP, and I'm sure the councilors will have a lot of questions about that as well. And finally, what I want to mention today is that there's a big event happening on Sunday, and it's the Green Expo. And my wonderful sustainability, recycling, and energy director, Molly Entborough, wrote this for me. So I'm just going to give you some info about the Green Expo. We're just 3 days away. It's going to take place at the Bresnahan Elementary School and the Senior Community Center. This Sunday, May 18th, from 1 to 4 p.m. Over 40 exhibitors will showcase sustainable solutions from clean energy providers to zero waste retailers. The electric vehicle showcase will feature the latest EVs, e-bikes, and electric lawn equipment with actual owners on hand to kind of give their experiences working with this equipment. It's a family event. It's free. Bring everybody down. Hopefully we get a beautiful day. Our Recreation and Youth Services Department will be hosting a fascinating worm charming demonstration, which sounds cool. You'll have to attend to find what that's about. Children and adults will love the Rainforest Reptile Show, which will bring in animals and teach about the importance of biodiversity. Families can also participate in hands-on activities like composting demonstrations, native plant gardening, energy-saving games, and eco-art projects. A guided sustainability tour will be departing the Senior Center at 2 p.m. That's visiting 4 key locations, including our new Net Zero Cutter Fire Station. Artist Jenny Houle will be creating Pollinator Passage, a live mural painting at the Senior Center. And Grow Native Massachusetts will host a pop-up sale of native plants that support our local ecosystem. To satisfy your hunger while you're at the Green Expo, Angry Donut will be on site to serve some delicious snacks and for sale. And to cap off the day, that night at the Firehouse, the documentary The White House Effect will air at 6 p.m. I'm going to be down there. I'm going to speak before that. The screening is co-sponsored by the Newburyport Documentary Film Festival, and the tickets are also free to that. So I'm going to go a whole day of free events here in Newburyport. So again, whether you're a homeowner looking to save energy or simply just curious about how Newburyport is preparing for climate impacts, you're going to find the resources at the Green Expo incredibly valuable. Again, like I said, this is a free event. If you register ahead of time, you'll be able to sign up for the city's sustainability tour and be entered into a raffle for a battery-powered lawn equipment. You can register at tinyurl.com/MBPT Expo attendee. Tickets are also for the film are available at the Firehouse box office website. And again, given this is such a focus on sustainability, if you could, if we get a good day and you're worried about parking, walking and biking are also great. Strongly encouraged to get to these events. Okay, so that's Green Expo starting Sunday, 1 to 4 at the Bresnahan and Senior Community Center, and then at 6 p.m. that night at the Firehouse for the documentary White House Effect. And that's my Mayor's Corner. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Thank you again for everyone who came out to vote yesterday, and I will see you all next time on the Mayor's Corner.